Hey everybody, AJ here, your newly graduated YouTuber. That's right, I think I can now call myself a YouTuber because our channel just crossed 1,000 subscribers. I don't know how that happened. I started this channel just to try to improve my English and to try to force myself into working more on my games. And then I started getting questions about construct, about the process of making games. So I thought it could be a good idea to make some tutorials about Construct 3, share more about the process of making games, to try to help people get more familiar with the tool, and really to overcome some of those challenges that might come when you are starting with a new software like this one. And I think it helped and people like it, and we are now making a lot of other kinds of videos, not just tutorials and devlog, but also sharing my thoughts on games that I like, game from other colleagues in the industry, and I love it. I'm loving what is happening with this channel, and I thank you all for subscribing and for being there for every video we post. And I say we post and I say our channel because really guys, this channel is for you, this channel is yours, and I'm just making it to try to give you some useful content and accompany you in your process of making games and learning more about this industry. And today's video is one of those videos that aren't a tutorial or a devlog, but a very fun one because I got to try the new game from one of my all-time favorite developers, Neutronize. Really, I'm such a fan girl of Neutronize. He's actually the reason why I started working on this channel, because I saw his and how it really complemented very well with his games. And I like the idea of sharing more of the backstage stuff that happens when you make games. So I wanted to try something similar, and here we are. So Neutronize just launched his new game, Super Cattails Pod, and I thought trying the game would be a great way to celebrate our first 1,000 subscribers. So let's do it. Let's do a Let's Play of Super Cattails Pod. By the way, if you aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that button so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And another, by the way, this is the first time I'm launching the game, so I don't know what to expect. I did love the previous game, Super Cattails 2. I never finished it, but I loved everything I played from it. Hey, let's do a challenge. Try to see if you can find what part of these games influenced a Pretty Young Bunny the most. Because I play a lot of Super Cattails 2 when I was developing Bunny, and some of that stuff, some cool ideas, especially the structure and the loop, made its way to my game. See if you can spot it here. Let's go! Pascal, that's a new cat, I think. Gotta love those little cut scenes that he makes. It's all about the details, man. That movement in the car, you see how he's bumping. It's pretty cool. Very simplistic graphics, but I don't know. I'm already seeing some progress from Super Cattails 2 to this new one. The graphics do look a lot better now. It's basically the same logo, but I think it's basically the same logo, but it looks a lot better now. Colors pop out a lot more. And those scenes, let's see the car again. That bumping of the cart and the cactus, the background moving super fast behind it, it just makes the whole thing look super dynamic. I love it. Okay, let's start the game. Knowing Neutronize, we're gonna have a super cool cutscenes at the beginning because these games look super cute, super simple, but they have some pretty cool lore behind it. Okay, first level. There you go. That's the kind of thing I like. Super dynamic, lot of movement, almost like a movie. So cool. I told you I was a fangirl. Okay, we started with some RPG elements from the very beginning. See, the controls in this game are fascinating because it is a platformer, but it's specifically designed for mobile. So I don't know if you have tried, but if you haven't, just go to Google Play or the App Store and download it. It's free. The controls are great. Super simple, super easy to use, and very, very mobile friendly. No buttons on screen or anything. You just push on the sides of the screen and you're ready. Nice. No, I missed one. Okay, Mundo 2. World 2. Hey, I'm noticing something different now. I think... Let's see. that's nice. Pretty cool new enemy there. I think in the previous game you couldn't hit enemies from above. I think when you hit them from above, you will get hurt. But now I feel that like this cat is being more powerful than the previous one. Let's get this bell. And get rid of this guy. Ah, come on. He put some wishing stars in the background. That background looks really, really nice. Love the colors there. And this guy reminds me of Cave Story for some reason. The colors really, really popping. Also, the game plays a lot better than the previous one. Not that there was any problem with the previous game, but this one is kind of feeling a lot more responsive. Secret area. This is a very powerful cat. Okay, we're at the radio station now. Who are you? What the? He took my item. Let's get him. Level 3. New cat. Hello, Rose. What's your power? Man, I'm loving the colors on this game. The colors really pop. Like I told you, I love the graphics in this game because it is really simple shapes, but everything works. Every color goes well with each other, complement each other in a really nice and pleasant way. I'm terrible with graphics and colors, so this is pretty cool to see. Lot of cool ideas happening here in the very first levels. You see that drop falling from the ceiling? all the different enemies. They behave differently, they look differently. Now he's introducing some tall grass, a lot of cool ideas in the very beginning of the game. And one thing I like about Neutronize, I don't know for sure, but I think he's a big Nintendo fan. He, especially older Nintendo games. Kirby games, for example. A lot of Japanese games. I think he's a big fan of that. I don't know for sure. If I'm gonna have to interview him one day and ask about it. But I think he's a big Japanese fan, a big Nintendo fan, because I see a lot of Nintendo sensibilities in his games. A lot of attention to details, a lot of cute characters, especially Kirby games, HAL Laboratory games. A lot of characters remind me of Kirby games. And I love Kirby games, so you're gonna see something like this, the bells, the 3 bells that you collect in each level, you're gonna see something like that in Nekopirate, my next game, Nekopirate. I'm introducing that concept of collecting 3 items of the same type in every level. Something like the 3 stars on classic mobile games, where I change it a little bit and it will be octopus that you collect. But it's an extra challenge for people who want to really 100% the game. It is optional if you want, but it is there for people who want the challenge. Okay, I'm loving that beehive effect. There's a parallax effect going on there. Really cool. Normally you see it horizontally, but he put it vertically here and it's looking kind of cool. Okay, see what it's talking about? Different kind of enemies doing different stuff. Super dynamic. Oh, we have our first boss fight. Very early in the game. You had to get people's attention very early in the game. I think this is something that Stephen King say. If you save something cool, if you have some cool place where you want your character to go, just get there, man. Get there as soon as possible, because that's the part that will get people excited. Don't go through a lot of boring stuff, repetitive stuff, to try to build momentum. Get to the point and get people excited from the very beginning. And that's how you do it with a freaking cool boss fight in the 3 or 4 level. Something not too challenging, but definitely something cool that will surprise people, surprise the player. And we are already in the first town of the game. This is another part that you're gonna see in Nekopirate. We're gonna have some towns, some pirate towns, where you're gonna have the opportunity to do side quests and meet some cool characters. That's something that I like a lot about Neutronize games and some of the developers as well, that they mix platforming elements with RPG elements. Very light stuff, nothing too crazy like some 200 hours JRPG. Not something really to the point. Something small that can complement the platforming levels. I think we can wrap it up right here. We made it to the first village. We fight our first boss. And this game is it's looking really fun so far, guys. I'm loving the colors. I'm loving the dynamic backgrounds. I'm loving that he puts so many different characters so early on in the game. Just a lot of variety in the levels. In the same screen, you can be fighting like 2 or 3 different characters, different enemies doing different stuff, and going through environmental hazards too. You then get to the first boss fight, and you get to the immediately after you get to the first village. And that's pretty cool, because it is like a big RPG, but with micro, at a micro scale. Just taking the fun parts of those games and respecting people's time. That's something that I really like. And I really like to implement as well in my games. So that will be all for today's guys. We played a little bit of Neutronize new game, Super Cat Tails Paw. If you like what you see, go to the Google Play Store or to the App Store and download the game. Do the man a favor, play the game. I'm sure you're gonna love it. This is a very, very, very well made game. I spent a lot of time working on it, and you can see the results here. A very polished game that I'm hoping we can see on consoles or Steam at least, because these games are really quality stuff. And I would like to see this series taking the next step to bigger platforms. So there you have it, Super Cocktail Spot. It is available now. Super fun game, very simplistic, very, very unique, awesome mobile controls, super cute, and you're gonna have a lot of fun with it. Go play it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.